It is round 2 of the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Innova. We're in Madison, Wisconsin, and we are in round 2 of 4, second at Token Creek. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your two hot geese.
Honk.
This is a major, people. Round 2 of 4, and there's going to be a ton of birdies. The wind was down today. We're more familiar with the course. People are out here to shred.
Emily Beach, Missy Gannon, Aria Castruita, and Katrina Allen are on our chase card. At this point, the scores are so tight, it is anyone's ball game. We again have 2 more rounds after this one, and we even go to a different course after this. So yeah, lots of variation, lots of things can happen.
Hole 1 is a par 3. It's 330 feet. Most people are going to go to the right side of this large tree and just throw a right-handed hyzer. Emily Beach, being left-handed, may consider the left gap. That's tighter, but also she's so good at turnover shots. So I'm curious to see what she chooses. Just a reminder, the first 2 holes don't have the drone footage. We are a little close to the airport.
We have Emily Beach.
Emily getting an ace on hole 3 in yesterday's round, contributing to her super hot start of 7 down. I think we will see more birdies on the scorecard today, though. Obviously, hole 1 yesterday had a ripping headwind. It contributed to being one of the hardest holes on the course. I don't think it will play as difficult today.
No, it was almost a slight tailwind. It's kind of an opposite wind. Emily Beach does choose to go the other side of the gap, but gets caught up in that one guardian tree.
Missy probably pulling out that thrasher almost every hole out here, especially on the par 4s. Lots of nice long straight shots that cater exactly to her specialty.
It is her Tour Series disc and is guaranteed to take off 3 strokes every round.
Guaranteed.
Not this one though, it's a little early.
Oh my god.
Okay, she gets through for the most part.
That's all she needs. She just needs a circle 2 look.
Our third competitor, we have Aria Castruita.
This might be Aria's debut on a big feature card, at least in the FPO field. She has won a juniors event. I believe she's only 15, and she shreds.
She does shred. I played with her earlier this year at Texas State's.
She is the future.
Yeah, she has some very impressive putting.
Our final competitor for this card, we have Katrina Allen.
No intro needed here.
Yeah, we all know her.
Katrina's throwing her Pro Line Torrent, which is probably going to be her go-to disc this round. What do you think hot score is going to be?
I think we're going to easily see double digits today.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to just say 10.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's tough to get in the circle on this one, having to swing it out wide.
It's so cool that we could see any single person on this card shoot 10, too. Like,
Absolutely.
It's just that type of course.
We are chase card coverage. We're projecting a chase card victory right now, so keep watching.
Missy forced to just lay up, not try anything too crazy from the tall grass with the low ceiling.
Aria from distance gives it a floaty bid. So it's kind of cool. Aria is sponsored by Latitude 64. Her older sister Melody is sponsored by Dynamic, and her younger sister Haley is Westside.
Wow.
So they're Trilogy sisters.
The Trilogy sisters. Katrina starting off with some green on the scorecard, hitting one from about 18 feet.
Yeah, great start from Katrina.
Everyone else will take a par on hole 1.
Today was a little bit, probably 10 degrees cooler with cloud cover. It was just really nice to be out playing golf today.
It really was. It was a perfect day. Madison is really bringing it with the weather. We've seen rain every round of each tournament, so it's nice to have sunny days. Hole 2 is a great starting par 4 on the course, 530 feet. You want to just blast something really straight and not let it obviously turn over right into the tall grass or hyzer out early left, because there's this corner you want to get around. in order to open up your second shot, there are quite a few little guardian trees and bushes you want to navigate around, and then you will find yourself on the green for birdie.
For those of you that didn't watch yesterday, this course is so attackable, a little bit shorter of holes than we've been seeing on the Pro Tour this year. It's a different kind of pressure. You know, if you miss kind of an easy birdie, you know everybody else is getting it.
Yep. But while we do say these holes are easier birdies, they're not necessarily just easy. It's not like you're just chucking
danger and technicality.
Totally. And if you're just a little bit off of your landing zone, it makes the second shot so much harder. So you really are having to super pay attention during your drives. It's just nice to not have OB lined fairways.
This is a Star Wraith from Emily. She turns it really hard, but it has some good stability. It's getting back into the fairway way down there. She could be a little pinched on that left-hand side, though. We'll see.
Missy looking like she's opting for something a little more overstable on the approach, and it hyzers out early into the tall grass.
That was another thrasher. I think she just hyzered it a little bit too much. Usually she pipes those pretty straight.
There was a little bit of a right to left crosswind here. Nothing too crazy, but it was noticeable occasionally. This is one of the few holes where you've really felt the wind at all.
Aria turns over her grace a little bit, but everyone is close enough to the edge that they can still attack here. Aria is dealing with a little bit of a low ceiling. She squeaks right under it and will have a putt somewhere around circle's edge.
Missy can still see the basket even though she is tucked left side. She's set up for a hyzer, maybe needs a little ground play at the end.
Yeah, she throws a Zeus just to try to get that big skip at the end. That was a great shot. Katrina way up here. Only 150 feet left, maybe.
Stand still, a little sidearm. Nice.
Easy.
She's way up there.
Emily Beach way up there more.
Yeah. Impressive distance.
Huh, that looks like a run. A lot of speed on that. Emily is maybe 22 feet away and might have some branches in her way. Aria gonna have to settle for par there. Emily definitely tangled up in the tree.
You can see here, without the wind, we did have to tango with a few more mosquitoes today. Some of the holes back in the corner near the woods were a little brutal. Doesn't stop Missy from getting birdies, though.
Katrina 2 for 2 start.
I don't remember this much ambient car noise.
I know, I was just like weirdly listening, kind of zoning out. I remember ambient bird noise mostly. Hole 3 is a par 3. The drone is back. I think it calls for a sidearm. It's only 275 feet. You need to go around this one guardian tree on the right. Obviously, it's just going to be a pretty simple backhand for Emily. No real danger, just birdie it.
Yeah, the turnover shot, you really have to work that left side. You can't cut through the tree. Maybe it will be forgiving, but those branches are pretty thick and the tree is very wide, so you really want to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, it's a very technical backhand shot.
Katrina looks like she gets enough on this really nice, gentle turn.
Yeah, that was her steady. It's also what she putts with, beadless steady.
Very, very slightly uphill, but almost not noticeable.
Missy also opting for the backhand here. That's a little tight. Yep. You kind of see that a lot on the backhand. It really is easy to kind of yank it over into that tree. You got to start it out wide and trust it.
Emily putting a lot of steam on this.
Yeah.
Well, is she
Whoa.
just ace running today?
I guess.
She's like, I want chains or nothing.
That's her Star Leopard 3. I wonder if that's what she aced with yesterday. Probably. Aria a little early. Maybe a little nervy. You never know what you're going to feel when the cameras are on you.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different ball game.
Missy with a Crystal Fierce in hand. Is it a little short, it looks like, but she should be all right, I think. Aria with a wide open look. That'll be another par. That putt looked good from Emily, but she catches that last little branch and it slows her down.
Even with 89 competitors out here at the U.S. Women's. Oof. We had almost every hole averaging under par. I think maybe one thing that contributed to not every hole being averaging under par are these baskets.
yeah, that putt for Missy should have stuck, I think.
Mm-hmm.
These are Mach 5s and they don't like to catch Frisbees.
Yep. There's not really a rhyme or reason either. You can't really find a sweet spot. You just kind of have to hope it sticks.
Katrina is 3 for 3. Missy taking the bogey there. Emily and Aria pars.
Hole 4 is slightly downhill, but it doesn't really play that way because of the perfectly placed trees and the out of bounds line that runs all the way down the left-hand side. That maybe takes away from wanting to do that big Anheuser shot down the left gap. There are a few little gaps you can poke through on the right. Straight, I think, would be maybe the biggest and safest gap, but it's a low ceiling as you get close to the basket, so you really have to put a lot of power nice and low in order to get that birdie.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky shot for the right-hand backhand.
Katrina taking the right-hand side, hoping to get through all these branches. And it gets tangled up in those bushes, and that's pretty typical off of this tee pad.
Yeah, there's plenty of gaps over there. She should be able to par easily. It is really tempting to kind of throw that right side and try to let it hyzer in at the last second. Emily's got this much wider left side play. I like the sidearm on this one. Ooh. Emily kind of flashing the basket. She's 15 feet away for birdie.
Aria trusting that disc to turn over, even leaving it a little high.
I liked the line.
Me too.
I think that was her Vandal, which is a little bit understable fairway driver. Missy following Katrina. This needs to get left. Yeah, great shot. Missy's just outside the circle.
Aria just pitching up for her par, and that's kind of the theme of her round so far. Hopefully we can see her catch fire a little as we move on, get warmed up.
Katrina giving it a great run from the rough there. Yeah, we kind of crossed the road here after 4, and you really want to be under par heading into the next hole, which is pretty difficult. Nice birdie from Emily.
22% of the field taking a birdie on this hole 4. It's higher than I would expect because I really do think this one's pretty difficult to get through, but you can get lucky on that right-hand side, like we saw Missy and Katrina both trying to do.
Or the sidearm.
Or the sidearm, the distant sidearm.
Hole 5 played as one of the most difficult holes on the course yesterday. It curves first left to right. You want to land somewhere in the middle around this fence. I think the left side probably is a little bit, I don't know, of a more direct gap, but the right side is more open. You need more distance.
Yep.
So just, you know, pick your poison. It's only 610 feet, but this second shot is very technical. This is the right side second tunnel. There's also a left-hand second tunnel, and then you're squeaking under all these branches to a green. And there is kind of a hill behind it. If you come in with too much steam, you can definitely find rough or roll down the hill. Par on this one feels great. I think there was only, what, 1 or maybe 3 birdies yesterday. Tops.
Yep, there was 3. Today it also, like Erika said, did play as the most difficult hole. There were a few more birdies today. There was 7 in the FPO field. Let's see what happens with our chase card.
This looks like a good shot from Emily. She gets around those 2 main trees, though she is caught up just on the edge. This is one of those holes where you probably should just play for par, but man, do you want to attack.
Yeah, and there's plenty of airspace. You can see Katrina using every single bit of it.
That's gorgeous.
It's just a high-risk shot because
Totally.
if it does not turn over the way we just saw Katrina's, it goes into some of the thickest shoal on the course.
There's another pro line torrent from Katrina. That's just how you draw it up. That is looking great from Aria.
Yeah.
I think that's that Vandal again that she just threw.
Good to see her committing to her shot here, getting used to these cameras.
Missy going a little bit lower line. She does get caught up a bit early, but she's still in a decent position to at least par. See how aggressive she gets here. Ooh, splits the gap. That is very aggressive. And very cool. Wow.
Yeah, would not have expected that, and it worked out.
I love it. Aria probably dealing with this fence just a little bit.
Oh, man, you can't even see those branches on the camera.
She probably didn't even see them in real life either. Emily kind of tangled up here. She does have a pretty open gap. And she just, oh man, that was such a laser beam straight for the basket. That was a great shot. Just finds that last tree. Man, Katrina's so far up here. What a drive.
Yeah, just having a standstill, floating it into the green.
Just leave it a little short.
Oh, yeah.
Rare mistake from Katrina. She's usually money with those standstills.
This one is a little scary because, like Erika said, it is downhill with a hill behind it that if you go too far, and then it's a hard pan green, so you do expect ground play.
Like that. Like, that seemed like it was going to check up right by the basket, and it kind of sailed. Aria will have to make a little bit of a tester putt. Emily from a long look for birdie just inside circle 2.
I don't think she was trying anything too crazy here.
Yeah.
Those woods behind it are not fun to mess around with. Katrina forced to step outside arm, just chip up to the green for par. You know Missy's running it.
Oh, yeah. Got to. Do it.
Just a wee bit short.
Yeah, kind of slow starts here from Missy and Aria. But that's a good comeback putt for Missy.
It can happen really fast out here where you just are suddenly parring everything and you're like, what am I doing?
What's happening?
But you're off just by a hair.
And there's birdies everywhere you look, so you just gotta dial it in. There's still plenty of golf. That's a good putt from Aria, too.
Yeah, nice recovery from that second missed shot. And after the hardest hole on the course, we move into a little birdie string of holes.
It was important for me to partner with a retailer that could help with growing my brand and making my products available all over the country and across the world. Flight Factory has helped me accomplish that. Check out all of my gear and thousands of other discs at Flight Factory.
One of the values of this is that these AM women and young women, like, you know, people in intermediate or in the age-protected division can come out and know that they're playing the same tournament as Paige Pierce, as Katrina Allen, like, as those top players on tour. And I think that being able to see yourself in that position is really important. Feel connected to, you know, the stars of a sport, or feel like you can be that person at some point, I think is really important.
Hole 6 is 255 feet. I love the a little uphill power sidearm. You can take a backhand route over this bush that has a tendency to eat disc if you're not putting it high enough. It does filter sharply downhill towards the road, which is not out of bounds. These rock walls also, if you hit them, can pick your disc up and roll. Makes for a very interesting, very pretty green. Love this one out at Token Creek.
Yeah, I love all the green features out here. Kind of on this next little string of birdies, like you said, they, you know, are simple shots, but they're not easy. You know, you can hit these rocks and roll.
Yeah, they are not getting
like that.
And it was such a good drive.
I
too.
know.
I mean, she almost was hitting metal on the pole. Boom, 35-footer.
At least. Katrina going sidearm as well. That's her torrent.
Yeah, finding that little flat space on the second rock wall and chipping up nicely to right under the basket.
Beautiful. Aria gonna show us the backhand route.
She's going turnover here instead of over the bush. I love her gentle
so
turnovers.
pretty. Yeah, that was her fuse.
Wow.
Gorgeous shot.
Absolutely perfect. That shot was amazing. Missy with a slightly more aggressive line over the bush. It starts to hyzer out and follow this hill downhill. She'll be outside the circle, well into circle 2 for her birdie look.
Yeah, she can still run it, but it's risky. If you hit cage or...
Just make sure to get it over the...
Yeah,
in the chain.
miss chain
just
high.
make it.
Oh, do it.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's what happens. Can't miss low. Missy's just smiling.
Oh, my gosh. Watch how...
You think
Wow.
I was gonna hit her?
I don't know.
This is a... Wow. She's at the edge of circle 2 now.
Man.
It's almost twice as far as what she just did.
What a brutal roll.
Super uphill, too. She's going for it, though. Look at her.
No fear. No way. No way.
Yeah. Oh, I asked her, we saw a few long ones from her yesterday where she raises her arms like, I don't know. And I asked her what she calls those, and she calls them chuck and luck.
Chuck and luck. Look at this. Nice little floaty. She's like, I'm going to get it over the cage. Yes. What a comebacker.
That was sweet.
I mean, come on. What a par save.
There was a pretty good crowd on this hole. This seemed like a fan favorite to watch.
Yeah. To all you Great Laker area people, we really appreciate you. We got honked. I got honked at so many times yesterday. It made my day.
Yeah, we love it.
Katrina with a no-nonsense birdie. And was she 4 through 5 right now?
That sounds like math to me.
I mean, we're on hole 6, so it's okay math. It's not great.
She is 4 down through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 7 is just a chip shot of a par 3. I think it's the shortest hole out here at 205 feet. You can take this drone path, which is just a straight putter shot. There's also a hyzer right-handed shot to the right of that little tree. The most open route is absolutely the right-hand sidearm, or for Emily Beach, just the left-handed backhand. You really want to land this one short. You want to meter your disc so that it doesn't trickle over the rock wall, because you can leave yourself with a pretty big putt if you're not careful.
Yeah, even trickling over this from the T side of the rock wall, if it does catch edge, it can roll again. It does drop off behind the rock wall into some woods. And look at that touch.
Just bring in the Hellfire. Do you know that's the name of a disc?
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard that one. I wouldn't just say that. It's so weird.
Like, biblical.
You said, Wow, good touch from Aria. Sit down. Sit down.
There we go.
What a great shot. She's getting her round going.
Ace runs here can be costly.
Yeah.
Emily's got that thing going today, though. But she is lining up the left side gap.
I think that's a Toro.
Wow, excellent touch again. 3 for 3.
It's easy. It's not. It's really easy to mess this up.
It definitely is.
Missy swings it a little wide, but it's also perfect.
Yeah, it gives it enough height that it has time to come back.
Wow. That's the farthest putt. Gets
Chase.
Missy to one down for the round.
Yeah, Chase card making this look easy. This played is one of the top 3 easiest holes on the course, with almost 50% of the field taking a birdie.
Hellfire. Puts Katrina 5 down, Emily's 2 down, Missy and Aria 1 down. Actually, Aria's going to go to 2 here, I assume.
Yeah, she is.
Get it going, girl.
Yeah, you really can get it started at any point in the round and still get a lot of birdies.
Totally.
You just have to get that mental game in check. Hole 8 is not one of the ones that you
This
feel
isn't
like,
it.
Yeah, this is not the one where you start. No, this is definitely one of the hardest holes on the course as well, just because the line is so technical and there are a lot of guardian trees right outside circle 2 on the green. I like the hyzer flip backhand. Just work it straight up this right hand side and hopefully not let it hyzer out too early, because there is a little corner that can be brutal. Other than that, you're just trying to bite off as much as you can down this fairway, keep it out of the woods, and then, you know, prepare to chuck up for your par. Katrina, on the other hand, she might be able to reach it. She's got the power.
That's the one thing you can't do. But that was the right height and the right line. So course designer Larry likes to watch this hole, and I asked him what he thought about it. He said he's surprised to see so many people go left, kind of for that reason. It's dangerous.
It is dangerous. And the early trees on the left-hand side just off the tee pad get in my head a little bit to do that.
And then he also said people are throwing low because they're like a little nervous.
Yeah.
And he says you just got to throw it straight and give it the height on that right side.
Oh, yeah, and risk everything going deep into the woods. Okay, Larry asked.
I don't think he'd go deep. Oh, this looks good for
If
Missy.
you hit a tree, I mean.
Oh, yeah. But the right side I do think is safer than the left.
Totally.
Oof. Katrina deep in the woods here.
And that's the thing on this course is, you know, of course you want to get birdies where you can, but you really just you don't want a bogey, because that is
par's
significant.
Fine, but yeah, any strokes over par and you're kind of beating yourself up.
Yeah, any hole that you feel like you could risk a bogey out here, you have a tendency to play a little safer, and this is one of those.
That was another brutal kick for Aria. She's back in the woods. Emily with a straight look at it.
This played is the 3rd most difficult hole, and I think it potentially had the least amount of birdies on the day, and the most amount of bogeys. So I'm not sure why it's the 3rd most difficult, but...
A lot of pars, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of pars.
Oh, man. Aria with a really long look just to save bogey. Was that Missy's drive?
Yes.
Yeah, she got a little farther than I thought. That's great.
She caught that tree, too.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone a little further. Aria to save the bogey.
That's going to knock her back down to even par.
Katrina taking a knee here from circle 2 for par.
Yeah, this would be quite a scramble.
Oh my gosh.
I love the effort. Emily for her par. No problem.
There were only 8 birdies out of the almost 90 competitors on hole 8.
Oh boy.
No. Moment of silence.
Yeah. Yep, what are you going to do? She's just got to shake that off and move on. Brutal triple. Wrapping up the front 9 here. Hole 9's a par 3, 282 feet. It really curves sharply to the right. A sidearm is definitely the play. It's going to be so hard to get a backhand there. And you need to cut it kind of close to the right side and just fade hard. Pull something stable out of your bag, chuck it on a sidearm. Emily Beach, again, probably just a straight shot with a very stable disc to finish. Another basket perched on a rock wall, so there's some danger there.
Yeah, I think this green and, like Erika said, having to really cut in close to that right-hand side of the fairway in order to get to the green contributed to it being the second most difficult hole of the day. And that does surprise me.
Me too.
But I think it's because a lot of people are probably like, I'm going to get this birdie, and they put it a little too early. And unlike Emily, they miss and go into those woods on the right, and it is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it's dense in there. Emily, I think she threw a Firebird there. Missy hugging that right side and gets herself a circle 2 putt. I feel like to get this one right out of your hand, you got to be like, that's pretty close,
yeah,
you know, to the right. Like that looks great.
Yeah, giving it some height's another good option, but you almost always land behind that tree.
Yeah, right.
If you don't push and wrap it in a little tighter.
Vortex tree.
I did watch Sayananda throw a backhand here. That was unbelievable. Maybe Aria can follow suit.
It's such a difficult backhand.
Yeah, you almost have to really hold the left side all the way down in order to get far enough.
You have to use the width for sure and not overturn it.
Man, how did Aria get that deep in the woods? It rolled.
It rolled that much.
Man.
I thought she was in the center. Missy dealing with Vortex tree.
Not messing with the rock wall here, just trying to get up there close. Take her medicine.
Katrina from birdie from circle's edge.
Death putt. Oof.
I don't think she went too far past it though.
No, I really liked that little floaty bid.
Yeah, she took some steam off her normal putt for sure to deal with the little cliff basket, baby cliff.
Boom.
Great 2 from Emily.
Emily, one of only 4 birdies on this hole. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's hard, but is it that hard? I don't know.
It's tricky.
It is tricky.
That gets Emily to 3 down on the round.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Katrina misses left side there. Seems surprised.
Yeah, it looks like
the wind picked up.
It looked like a little right to left cross on her hyzer putt.
Solid putt from Aria there.
Yeah, nice scramble. Great mental bounce back after the last hole.
Yeah, she's 1 over on the round, looking to attack the back 9. There's still just as many birdies to get as the front.
Let's look at a recap of our chase card ladies front 9.
Emily, nice and clean.
Mm-hmm. Even with the calmer conditions, not as much green as we'd like to see, hopefully. Just struggling a little bit on the front 9, but the back 9, you can finish with a ton more birdies.
Yesterday we watched Hannah shoot, 6 down on the back?
Yep.
They're out there.
They are out there. Let's see what everyone else is doing in the calm conditions. And they're lighting it up. I mean, look at the people at the bottom half. There's some...
yeah, 6 7-8.
Katie with an 8 down. Kat Mersch with a 7 down. I think we're 100% going to see double digits
Absolutely.
today.
They're on track. See if our chase card ladies can pick it up on the back 9. Another big thanks to our FPO VIP members, keeping us honking, keeping our wings flapping.
We appreciate you guys so much, and we hope you enjoyed the front 9 of round 2 of US Women's. We've got 9 more, and then 2 more rounds after that. We'll see you guys on the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your 2 hot geese.
Honk.